Hello, dear leaders of Nordic Business Forum. My name is Konstantin Borisov. I am a Russian entrepreneur, headhunter, and a best-selling author of a book called Commandos, a Russian book on leadership and team building. In case I have a chance to speak in front of your audience, I'll be delighted to cover the topic of leadership for emerging markets. We live in the world where 99% of all books on leadership are written by the representatives, by the authors of the Anglo-Saxon culture. And let me cite you an example. Every system, say football or management, say management as a system and leadership as a system, necessarily reflects some national characters. Let's take a look at the way the Brazilian team is playing football. They're enthusiastic, less organized, very artistic, with lots of individual activities. And the same football played by the German team is very athletic, well organized, less personal initiative. It's more of a system. So the game is the same, football, but it's played differently. I'm never saying that one way is better than another, but they're different. And the most exciting competition is the game between, say, Germany and, say, Brazil. And the same goes for leadership, since most of the books are written by the Anglo-Saxon authors, say American or British or Australians. They normally reflect the way Anglo-Saxon leaders are thinking. And I'm asking myself, why we don't have any sizable leadership books written by the Chinese or Brazilian or Indian or Turkish authors. And it leads us to the fact that Anglo-Saxon thinking on leadership reflects the Anglo-Saxon model of behavior. And if we compare, say, a typical Anglo-Saxon against, say, typical Russian or a typical Brazilian or a typical Indian, an Anglo-Saxon, first of all, is much more rational than emotional. Secondly, he or she is much more self-disciplined, in comparison at least to a typical Russian or a typical Brazilian. And Western people tend to be a lot more self-centered or egoistic in a good way. So the leadership books written by the Anglo-Saxon authors are best reflecting the way Anglo-Saxon leaders are acting. And we have a situation when, let me cite this example once again, we have a German book for the football trainers, and this book goes to the Brazilian team, and they simply don't understand how to play about it, because it reflects the way the German football players are playing. So, I have several very exciting ideas about the way national character is reflected in the leadership. And in my speech, I'm going to cover the topic of whether leadership is an absolutely equal model, which is equal for everyone, or there are some national peculiarities, and if there are, what are they? I'll be delighted to speak in front of your audience and hope to see you in person very soon. Thank you.